God, thank you for the gifts that became invisible only because they were always there. Thank you for another morning, another breath, another ordinary day that I was never actually promised. So much of life quietly surrounds me every day, and still, I forget to notice it. I keep waiting for huge miracles, huge breakthroughs, huge moments that finally make life feel meaningful. And meanwhile, the simple beauty of being alive slips past me unnoticed. But today, I want to remember that even this moment is fragile, that even this breath is temporary. And maybe some of the most important gifts in life have become invisible, only because they arrive so often. So thank you for all the quiet miracles. I almost forgot we're miracles at all. 2. God, thank you for reminding me that not everything beautiful was meant to stay forever. Thank you for the people I loved, for the seasons that passed through my life, for the moments that disappeared before I fully understood their value. There was a time I thought permanence was the only thing that could make life feel safe. But slowly, life kept teaching me something else. That even fleeting things can leave permanent marks on the soul. A conversation, a sunset, a season of life that ended too soon. And maybe part of what made them beautiful was precisely the fact that they could not last forever. I have spent so much time believing there would always be more time, more chances, more tomorrows. And because of that, I did not always fully live the moments I was given. So thank you for teaching me that life becomes precious, not despite its impermanence, but because of it. 3. God, thank you for the kinds of wealth that cannot be owned. Thank you for conversations that quietly heal something inside the soul, for laughter that makes life feel lighter for a moment, for music that reaches places inside us that words never could. Thank you for the sound of rain and silence, for moonlight through a window, for the strange peace of feeling understood by another human being. I spent so much of my life thinking happiness would arrive through possession, through more success, more certainty, more things to call mine. But some of the most beautiful moments in life could never be owned at all. And maybe that was always the point. So thank you for reminding me that some forms of richness are felt only by the heart. 4. God, thank you for the hearts that made this life feel less lonely. For the people who sat beside me during seasons I thought I would never survive. For the rare souls whose presence alone made the weight of life feel lighter. I spent so much time chasing achievement, trying to build a meaningful life through success, certainty, and progress. But some of the moments that healed me most were unbelievably simple. A hand on my shoulder, a late-night conversation, someone saying, "I understand." And maybe this is why human connection feels so sacred, because no accomplishment can fully replace the feeling of being deeply seen by another person. So thank you for friendship, for love, for every soul that reminded me I was never meant to carry life entirely alone. 5. God, thank you for the moments when life slowed me down against my will. At the time, I thought those seasons were only interruptions, failures, delays, losses I needed to escape from as quickly as possible. But some of the deepest changes in me were born exactly there. in the silence after disappointment, in the loneliness after endings, in the strange stillness where I could no longer distract myself from my own soul. I used to believe growth would always feel inspiring, clear, motivating. But often, real transformation arrived disguised as confusion, as uncertainty, as the collapse of the life I thought I needed. And now I can see that some pauses were not punishments at all. They were invitations to become quieter, more honest, more awake. So thank you for the seasons I once resisted most, because some forms of wisdom could only enter my life after everything became still enough to hear them. I almost miss the quiet miracles hidden in ordinary days. A little rain against my window, a soul that chose to stay. And all this time I searched for meaning in distant lights above, while life was softly waiting for me inside the things I loved. And maybe all the love I needed was never far away. It lived inside the smallest moments I used to throw away. So thank you for these fleeting moments, for every fragile light, for all the beauty I kept forgetting was with me all this